Live. That's what I heard, that we are on.
We are on already? Oh, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
How wonderful for us to be together in person and on our new streaming platform. We are on, Deb, I believe we are on Facebook and YouTube and our website, which is pretty incredible.
All right, we're 3 for 3 tonight.
We're 3 for 3. It's very
good start.
exciting. And I am so happy to be here. We are in the sanctuary for the first time in a long time, joined by a few hardy souls who braved the weather to be here. And so how good it is for us to be together. So we will sing.
We'll sing Hine
Yes.
because how good it is to be together. Now let's start at the beginning.
Usually that's a good place to start.
When we read, no, sorry, Hine Matov.
Oh, a page is a
page
great
10.
idea. Page 10.
Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine 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 matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
On page 3, we'll find the reading in advance of our candle lighting blessing. And then on page 2, the candle lighting blessing. For those of us at home, you don't have to turn any pages. You should see the slide, if not already, in just a moment. And at home, I hope that you'll get your candles ready and your Kiddush cup ready so that you can join us in lighting the Shabbat candles and offering the wine. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, And God stopped on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on that day God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. Page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikraye kodesh, zecher letziad mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta, v'otanu kidashta, mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. I just realized we can talk at the same time now because we're not on Zoom.
Right, there's no mute.
Wow.
We might want to mute each other.
Who's going to
however.
let that out, right?
But you know, there's no mute, but we can't see each other online. So what I would love to do is, if you are currently online, I would love for you to use the chat function and just let us know who's here. Chat your name, say Shabbat Shalom in your name, so we can see by name who all is present this Shabbat, and we can say hello. Our opening reading is not found in your prayer book. It is from one of my favorite spiritual authors. His name is Noah Ben Shea. Our life is like a tapestry, and by the tapestry's nature, it demands we work on it from the back. The Sabbath is a reminder that one day in 7, or 1 hour in 7, or 1 minute in 7, we should step back and turn our tapestry over so we can see the larger pattern of who we are, the implications of our efforts, and the world wherein we work. We turn now to the Baruch Hu. The Baruch Hu is our call to worship, where we say we are ready to pray. Please rise, page 28.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed.
Page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We turn now to the Shema, the watchword of our faith, as my rabbi growing up used to say, and we sing together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. The Hafta is found on page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam beshivdecha bevetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshochbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayuletotafot beineinecha Uchtavtam amezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem lelohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We turn next to Michamocha, our song of freedom. As the Israelites crossed the Red Sea, they stopped and wondered, and they said, "How wonderful are you, God? Who else could be like you to allow us this moment of redemption, this time of liberation?" And so they took time to celebrate. They took time to sing, as do we right now with Michamocha on page 40.
Michamocha ba'elim Adonai Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh Michamocha ba'elim Adonai Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh Nora tehilot osef eleh Nora tehilot osef eleh Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed Malchutecha ra'u v'necha Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Ze'elianu ve'amru Ze'elianu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 lai
We turn now to Hashkivenu. You can find it on page 42. It seems appropriate that we sing Hashkivenu tonight. We need a little shelter from life's storms because
yes.
we had a pretty significant storm earlier and we're set to have rain all weekend. And those are the physical storms that we are dealing with. We also know that we have spiritual storms, we have emotional storms. And so we ask God to provide for us a shelter of peace, a sukkot shalom, that God be with us to provide protection however we need it as we sing Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. V'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night till we wake with morning morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Vishamru on page 44 is our prayer to remind us that we're supposed to observe Shabbat. It's actually, I shouldn't say it's a prayer. It's not a prayer. It's right from the Torah. Typically, as Deb knows, I talk about Vayinafash, which is the last word on the page, and it says was refreshed, because we hope that when we observe Shabbat, we come away feeling refreshed. This evening, I want to actually highlight another word. Deb's going to be shocked. Another word.
I'm not ready.
A different word, not Vayinafash. I want to talk about on the slide. I don't remember where it is in the book itself, but on the slide, it's the third line down. The first word, Ledorotam, that for all generations, that this has been carried generation to generation, that Shabbat has been a gift for us, generation after generation after generation. It has helped us, sustained us, and been here for us. And as we move towards the High Holy Days, for some reason that feels quite poignant. And so we sing Vishamru, thinking about all of the generations who have sung this song.
Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam brit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Deb knows I love that melody. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it so much I got lost in the moment and lost my place.
It's okay, you found it again.
I did.
We turn to the Amidah, the Tefillah, which is the centerpiece of our liturgy. We turn to page 46, which reminds us that we have to pay attention again. We might have gotten a little bit lost in the beauty of our prayers. We refocus ourselves with this intention, this little bit of a mantra, as it were, on page 46. And then we turn on page 48, which is our first prayer in the Tefillah, reminding ourselves of the forefathers and foremothers upon whose shoulder we stand. Page 50, the Givurot, God's strength. Page 52, the sanctity of this day. Please rise in body or in spirit.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofech Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar micha mocha ba'al gevurot umido melach melech meimit umechayeh umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukedoshim bechol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. It's become a custom for us to take a few moments to share our moments of gratitude, to follow along actually in the service. There's a prayer called Modim, which means it's the plural of giving thanks. If one of us was giving thanks, it would be Modah. Modim is many of us giving thanks. And so we take these moments of gratitude, these moments to lift up the joys of our week, the moments that, whether they are small, whether they are large. And so those of you who are online, I hope you will take a moment to use your chat. Each of you has a chat, whether you're on Facebook, whether you are on our website, whether you are on YouTube, to take a few moments to use the chat while Deb is singing Shalom Rav. And those of you who are here, I hope you'll turn to someone who is here with us in person. Maybe it's not the person you came with, maybe it's someone different, and share with them something you are grateful for this week. We sing Shalom Rav, page 60.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah Tasim leolam, Tasim leolam.
We turn now in our service to our prayer for healing. If you need the words for our Misha Berach, it can be found on page 253. There are many in our temple family who are in need of healing, whether it be a healing of body, a healing of spirit, whether it is struggle in life, whether it is mental illness. And we lift up those whom we love in prayer using the chat online, or as my hand passes over those in person. Please share aloud the names of those whom you love who are in need of healing on this Shabbat.
Michael, Tom, and Susan.
We join in healing song together.
Of strength, oh, blessed the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments now for silent prayer and reflection. This evening, I'll be sharing a message from this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion is Ki Tavo, and there's a very strong value in Judaism from our rabbis called B'Shem Omro. B'Shem Omro or B'Shem Omra means in the name of. In other words, we give credit where credit is due. And so this message this evening was inspired by a colleague of mine, Rabbi Max Chaikin. So I just want to put that out there, that something he wrote this week really inspired me. We're reading Ki Tavo, which is towards the end of Deuteronomy. The Torah portion opens with a commandment that the Israelites are to bring a tithe, a donation, to the temple when they harvest their first fruits to their soil. And there are very strong and powerful lessons from this Torah portion that feel extraordinarily relevant to our new and disturbing normal. And when I was reading a number of news articles this week, something popped out to me, which is that there are an estimated 633,000 deaths from COVID and from the Delta variant. And so that was weighing heavily on me this week as I was trying to prepare a message. And then I read the Torah portion and I read some of these commentaries, and when the Israelites first brought their offering to the temple, and they are supposed to say a passage, and the passage goes like this: "My father was a fugitive Aramean. He went down to Egypt with meager numbers and sojourned there, but there he became a great and populous nation. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us. They imposed heavy labor on us. We cried to God, and the Eternal heard our plea and saw our plight, our misery and oppression. The Eternal freed us from Egypt with a mighty hand, an outstretched arm, an awesome power, and by signs and portents, bringing us to this place and giving us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And so now I bring the first fruits of this soil, which you, God, have given me." So I read that long passage for a reason, because I hope it sounds familiar. It's out of context. Does it sound a little bit familiar? We read it during our Passover Seder. It's one of the passages from the Passover Seder. And it's with an added line. That last line is, "I bring the first fruits of the soil, which you, Eternal One, have given me." What a beautiful concept. Because we are free, because the Israelites can farm their own land in partnership with the divine, they can produce food to sustain their lives. They acknowledge the bounty and abundance of harvesting first fruits with ritual and express gratitude by remembering the story of deliverance. We don't spend a lot of time teaching about tithing in contemporary Judaism. However, the message in Torah is very strong. It says in Deuteronomy 26, "When you have set aside in full the 10th part of your yield and given it to the family, you gave it to the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, the widow, that they may eat in your settlements, you shall declare to God, I have cleared out the consecrated portion. I have given it to the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, as you have commanded me. In other words, this is a tax that invokes a powerful message about economic justice. Farmers are responsible for tithing to ensure a critical safety net for the community's most vulnerable. These two rituals, sharing our gratitude and being responsible for the vulnerable, are pivotal lessons anytime, but particularly during the pandemic. So let me share with you why I think they're so relevant. When we are grateful for something, let's make sure to declare it out loud. In recalling the Israelites' slavery and hardship, make the first fruits make them even more sweeter by acknowledging our abundance. We can make our first fruits sweeter when we say it out loud. They can be the results of trying something new, or you can even look at your pantry and be grateful. We've had so many reasons to feel anxiety, to feel fear, uncertainty. When we do this, we create moments of stability and celebration when we share our stories and our gratitude. The lesson in Judaism is clear over and over again. We are responsible for the most vulnerable among us. The Israelites were commanded specifically to support the Levites, the stranger, the orphan, and the widow. In that day, these were the most at-risk population. As the Israelites made this pledge, they spoke directly to the divine, affirming they have done right by God and these communities. This ritual declaration teaches us, to paraphrase the Jewish comic book author Stan Lee, with great wealth comes great responsibility. Those of us with any amount of abundance are responsible for the well-being of the vulnerable in our society. The pandemic has put too many at risk. This ethical imperative becomes even more urgent. Parshat Ki Tavo is most famous for one more thing: blessings and curses. At the end of chapter 28, you may know that these are among my and Rabbi Shauna's favorite blessings in Torah. These are the blessings that we are promised if we faithfully observe all of God's commandments. Blessed shall you be in the city, blessed shall you be in the country. Blessed shall be the issue of your womb, the produce of your soil, and it goes on to my favorite blessing. Blessed shall you be in your comings, and blessed shall you be in your goings. Baruch atah b'tzeitecha, uvaruch atah b'voecha, uvaruch atah b'tzeitecha. These beautiful blessings of abundance, prosperity, and health are followed by a warning about the curses that will befall us if we don't follow God's commandments. Theologically, this section is pretty difficult. In fact, when we chant this in full, this section in full, this part of the Torah portion is actually spoken quickly or even in a whisper, including consumption and extraordinary plagues, malignant and chronic diseases, because they're so difficult. I do not believe, as the Torah describes, that God acts so directly in our world, or which would imply, if God acted so directly in our world, that COVID-19 was some kind of punishment. But I do believe that in the face of disease, suffering, and evil, God is present with us. And when we aspire to holiness, regardless of our circumstances, God is present with us. And so I share with you, in closing, contemporary blessings written by Max Chaikin, a reworking of the blessings of Deuteronomy 28. May we be blessed in the city. May we be blessed in the country. May we be blessed in our comings, and may we be blessed in our goings. May we be blessed in science. May we be blessed in business. May we be blessed with wisdom. May we be blessed with truth. May we be blessed, and may we always be worthy of blessing. Amen.
ואהבת לרעך כמוך ואהבת לרעך כמוך Find yourself, bind yourself, give yourself to love. Heal yourself, seal yourself, give yourself with love. ואהבת לרעך כמוך ואהבת לרעך כמוך You shall love your neighbor as yourself with all your soul and all your might. And you shall live each day as if it's the last one left to undo what's wrong and make it right. To undo what's wrong and make it right. ואהבת לרעך כמוך ואהבת לרעך כמוך Find yourself, bind yourself, give yourself to love. Heal yourself, seal yourself, give yourself with love. You shall love your neighbor as yourself with all your soul and with all your might. And you shall live each day as if it's the last one left to undo what's wrong and make it right. To undo what's ואהבת לרעך כמוך ואהבת לרעך כמוך
Who is the composer for that? It's beautiful.
That's Noam Katz.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Noam Katz sometimes comes to camp with us.
Yes, he does. He's big
Yes.
in the camp group.
Yes.
Wonderful. Our kids are so lucky, aren't they?
They're very lucky. We turn now to Aleinu, which can be found on page 283. Aleinu is a reminder of our role with God to make the world a more perfect place. We rise in body or in spirit. And I am not sure if the cameras are cued for me to open the ark.
Oh, can we
So
go
I
to
may go off camera for a moment. We'll see.
or you can BIM a view.
Okay. And I also didn't bring my slides with me, so we'll see.
Oh.
So Deb, will you read?
I can do you one better. How about this?
Thank you.
A little less than
I
graceful.
should probably have it memorized.
It's in there somewhere.
Okay.
Let us adore is how I think
Let
it
us
starts.
adore the ever-living God who rendered praise unto you, who established
The heavens
and
and established the earth.
yes. There it is. Who established, there it is. Oh
He
my
did something
goodness.
else with the heavens.
Who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We turn now to our memorial meditation. It is not found in your prayer book. It is a beautiful, very brief poem that I found by Margaret Bruner. I would not dwell too long upon my grief, but let it lie much like the fallen leaf. Then hallowed by time's many healing snows, its residue may blossom in a rose. On this Shabbat, we remember in Shiva, in the first week since their death, Don Barron. In Shloshim, in the first month since their death, we remember Barbara Glick, Amy Green, Al Jaffe, Edie Miller, Evelyn Anita Rosenstein. And we mark the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of death that fall on this Shabbat. Jack M. Ahrens, Harry F. Affelder, Herman Bank, Betty Einstein, Gittel Eisenberg, Henrietta Glickman, June Greenwald, Robert G. Handel, Marie Hayes Heiner, Ralph Hollander, Samuel Katcher, Lillian P. Koblitz, Jerome D. Lane, H. Jack Lang, Bernard M. Louis, Harriet Freeman Lowy, Sally S. Mayers, Irving Mitchell, Esther Zwick Morris, Michael Oppenheimer, Howard N. Orpit, Esther Reiter, George Hayes Richmond, Gerald Rosenblum, Robert E. Schoenberger, Heloise Michaels Schwartz, Helen Felsenthal Singer, Eugene C. Stern, Harry R. Traub. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 291. Sorry, 294. Yitgadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah bi'alma divra hirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach leolam almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudusha barechu le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and give comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated. And I am not sure, Lori, are you prepared to come up and do announcements? I know. Just be careful.
One of my good skills.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody, here
Shabbat
on
shalom.
YouTube, on the website, and Facebook. And I want to thank Rabbi Van and Deb for the beautiful service. The music is amazing, and it's nice to be back in person, hearing that, and just being able to celebrate Shabbat together. And to Brett and Jacob over in the corner, which people out in the internet universe are not seeing, and they're the folks who are handling our video and all of that. So thank you very much, guys, for that. And the big news, in case you guys weren't aware, we've got the holidays coming up, and it will be a week from Monday. So we hope to see you on Zoom, Facebook, or YouTube. And I think that's it. Anything else? Oh, yeah, our tent. If you have not already, our tent is just around the corner, and you can register.
That's great. So can I put a bid in for the shofar blowing and your candle pictures? So if you haven't already, we would love it if you would take pictures of yourselves with your Shabbat candles, lighting your Shabbat candles. No, it does not have to be tonight. You can do it any day you want. We're not going to tell. And send it to us. And also to blow shofar for us. There's a video and a link that you got in your Temple Times today to tell you what to do with that. And then we can include it. It's fun, always a nice way to include our community and our congregation in our High Holy Day services. So I hope that you'll do that. Those are due Monday, and today is the last day for challah orders. Did you already say that one? No. So if you haven't done that, run home and order your Lucy's Sweet Surrender challah. Oh, if you email Charlotte by first thing Sunday morning, you said? By first thing Sunday morning, you can, have a brief reprieve, but don't delay.
Yes. And if you want to honor your loved ones with a tribute for Yizkor, Book of Remembrance forms are due by September 3rd.
Yes, and even if you should have received an email if you participated last year, you need to send back and confirm those are the same, or that you need to change something. So, thank you.
Say a word about our closing song.
Oh, sure. Our closing song is Non como nuestro Dios. There's no one like our God, which is also known in Hebrew as, anybody know? Louder? Ein Keloheinu. Ein Keloheinu. So we are going to sing this in English and, in Hebrew and in Ladino. Those of you who are at home, you do have the words on the slides. I'm not sure if the Ladino's in the book. It might be, and I will have it next time, I promise, if it's not. But Ein Keloheinu is on page 322, I do believe. So you can at least have the Hebrew words. Ein Keloheinu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kemalkeinu, ein Kemoshienu, non como nuestro Dios, non como nuestro Señor, non como nuestro Rey, non como nuestro Salvador. Very good. Mi Keloheinu. Mi Eloheinu, mi Adonenu, mi Malkeinu, mi Moshienu. Quem como nuestro Dios, quem como nuestro Señor, quem como nuestro Rey, quem como nuestro Salvador. No del Eloheinu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu. Lo haremos a nuestro Dios, lo haremos a nuestro Señor, lo haremos a nuestro Rey, lo haremos a nuestro Salvador. Baruch. Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Bendito nuestro Dios, bendito Bendicho nuestro Señor, bendicho nuestro Rey, bendicho nuestro Salvador. Atahu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Tu el nuestro Dios, Tu el nuestro Señor, Tu el nuestro Rey, Tu el nuestro Salvador. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha vichunecha.
May the light of God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yis Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom ve'asem lecha shalom.
May God lift up each one of us, and may God bring us shalom, peace and wholeness. Amen. Shabbat
Amen.
shalom.
Shabbat shalom. So there is challah outside for you in our little individually wrapped bags. So you will be able to grab that on the way
we're
out.
going to sing Motzi very quickly for those of us online.
Right.
And then we will get to go eat some.
Well, and you guys can say it here too, and we'll all go out together. Here we go. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.